Hi guys, welcome back to our call for this upcoming week. It's going to be an important and exciting week. Four interest rate decisions are coming up this week, and as per the past projections, the month of September has usually been a volatile one. We should examine what potentially goes, what markets might do, and how the potential movements might impact open trades and offer further insights into the economic development. Let's check out what goes here right now. So we got the information coming up from Canada on Tuesday. That is the consumer price index projected to be slightly weaker. And that might be something of importance as well. The Canadian dollar has lost quite a bit of momentum. Furthermore, we get the Bank of Canada interest rate decision. That's due on Wednesday. The rate is expected and projected to be lower, 2.5%, down by 25 basis points. And that's exactly what might cause the Canadian dollar to weaken somehow further. Looking at the long-term trend, the EURCAD is moving to the upside. The trend has been extraordinarily strong, not kind of moving sharply into one direction, but it has been a long-term ongoing trend. Any corrections might be projected to basically start and cause the market moving higher again. The euro has been particularly strong over the recent couple of, a month at least, so to speak here. Not only against the dollar, but also against the Canadian dollar, as well as other currencies moving forward. The US dollar against the Canadian is also kind of showing some sort of support. Well, the greenback, the US dollar had weakened in general since Donald Trump took office. Obviously, trust in the US had been eroded. However, the dollar against the Canadian dollar is also starting to kind of gear up some momentum based on potential weakness of this currency basically moving forward. Any ideas here with a break of potential resistance lines, and that's the one we see here, might kind of cause the market, not in a sharp and straight line, to move higher. But again, the US dollar might sort of gear up some momentum, and this positivity here we see is potentially also what's causing the market momentum and the movement to continue somewhat further. On Wednesday, we also have the interest rate decision, as we know, from the United States. The Federal Reserve is kicking in with potentially a rate cut, right? So the federal funds rate expected to weaken somewhat, basically, or being a lower 25 basis point rate cut as well, down to 4.25%. If you compare the two, we see that not quite, but we see that there is a quite different market movement, similar to the Eurozone, 2.15%, where the rate no adjustment had been done this current week. So let's move and check out how the market performs potentially in regards to what we get. Furthermore, Jerome Powell might come up somewhat stating how is the future path in rate adjustments. We saw in the past that rate adjustments have been, in a way, a rather short-term positive for the markets. We could see that also indices might move somehow higher. We now look into the euro-US dollar currency pair. Two opportunities potentially. The first one would be the rate cuts are and have been already priced in, which would mean the market is not really expected to move higher. Remember, euro kind of stronger, the US dollar weaker. Any rate cut for the US or for the US dollar currently would cause the dollar to weaken, and hence obviously the euro-US dollar currency pair to strengthen higher. The market from this perspective here could indeed break off this sideways trend zone, which we've seen, or trading out of this box here and sharply moving again to the upside. And in this case, sharply. Why? Because after such trading zones, such sideways trading zones, the market might indeed explode higher when a zone is being kind of left. And that's what we've seen here, where the market basically kind of went from the upside here towards a sideways zone and then sharply moving higher. So the same story we could maybe see. We've seen it in the past, right? So after the market leaving a sideways trend, a potential sharp momentum into either direction could be expected. We kick in further as well this Super Thursday with the British guys, obviously. Bank of England also expected to kind of move market motivation to some extent at least. On Thursday, we got the official bank rate. It's going to be interesting how many are voting for a rate cut or for steady rates. Currently, it's expected, and that might not change much, that rates unchanged. The majority of the members of the committee and rate is expected to remain at the 4%. Obviously, inflation in the UK in particular is still moving higher, and that's to curb kind of the inflationary momentum to be ongoing. Rates will likely move at the current pace. Now, the pound has been moving to higher levels in regards to other currencies, yet not so far, right? So the euro against the US dollar moving higher, the Australian dollar against the greenback moving higher. The pound had moved in a sideways pattern. Obviously, a rate cut would project this currency pair to weaken somehow. We still focus on this retracement, or say rather resistance candlestick pattern here. This weaker candle, or basically this engulfing candlestick, a smaller candle up and this big candle moving down, telling us that basically the trend might move to the downside as well. However, what we would need is a clear break of the support area. Spoiler, we are in a small short position in this market here. We're gonna examine on how the market potentially moves. If we break the high point here to the upside here, we obviously would cut our trade short. If the market starts to depreciate somehow, and the odds are currently not utterly high, obviously as traders, we are not only winning trades, there is markets where we can't make it. In this case, we have to reevaluate how the market goes, in particular with the interest rate decision on Thursday. Yet, if the market continues to weaken somehow, and there is chances that we still see the market not continuing to the upside, but instead weakening, we could see that the impact with this rate decision might obviously be a bigger one, potentially causing us to maybe have still some luck with this market moving forward. Next one up is obviously coming from Japan. As usual, we don't have a definite timing or time stamp when they are going to give us the rate decision. It is going to be on Friday, the interest rate decision. What are they going to do? The debt in Japan is so high, 234, if I'm not wrong, percent of the GDP. So 2.3, 2.4 years, basically, everyone in Japan would need to work in order to finance the debt. That's not now the story, but the debt burden being so high obviously kind of doesn't enable the Bank of Japan to potentially even raise rates somehow, which they had done fairly recently, out of negative territory to slightly higher levels. But the leeway for the government in order to kind of move and push inflationary momentum or stagflation to the downside remains extremely limited. Hence, obviously, market motivation here is not expected to change much. Yet, if we are looking at the dollar against the Japanese yen currency pair here, the market has not really given us any strong motivation to believe or check out any given and positive trending opportunities. The market has been trading in a sideways pattern. We have a bit of a falling trend. The market might meander around this until either a break to the downside or a break to the upside is going to form. Yet medium term, what we can see currently is that the market's projections here and whatever we believe here are not giving us any idea here. An upside trend resuming a momentum might be the case in regards to obviously rate cuts, which we don't see currently. We see that the rate remains in similar manner as the expectation is going to be here right now, just below the 0.5 percentage point level. And that's potentially going to give us a further momentum here to believe that the Japanese yen might actually weaken against other currencies medium term. Looking at the crypto space, we see something quite remarkable, and we can take any of the tokens into consideration right now. Let's start with the Dogecoin. Dogecoin had moved to the upside, had broken beyond the technical resistance level. We're talking the 27 cent area. the market moving higher. As we speak, we see a bit of a trend line push here, and that's the high point here, which has been basically tested. But the uptrend looks to be extremely nicely working out. Cardano moving higher to some extent, not too much, but our token, which we like, and guys, we talked about this day in, day out. Just also don't forget to check out our website, fxstrategies.asia. Check in there as well. Leave us any emails, any comments, obviously, as well as under this video. And please also check out our monthly membership plans, because we daily check out during our webinars every day in the week what trading setups might be brewing. In this case, Solana has been the one which we've talked about ages ago, and we said we believe that this market is likely going to move to the upside, which it currently is. We now see that the market is moving towards this next technical resistance zone. A break here, but at least a retest is what we think is just following up here with this market. Whether the market kind of tops at this area here, or maybe even going to the upside here to somehow test the previous high points, following with a bit of a correction here. And then we have to see how much upside momentum we get, because we still believe that the general path in equities might remain positive, in particular the equity markets giving us some positive momentum for the crypto space as well. However, here in this Solana market, we still think that the upside looks kind of quite cool, and that after the break of this high point, we could even play it with Fibonacci extensions, telling us that any way higher levels, we can't zoom out here, any way higher levels could be seen, and that's at least the 800, 1,000 US dollar level for Solana, as we believe the market is going to unfold with upside motivation. XRP is just correcting slightly. That's just a fruitful market move at the moment. We added some buying trade as well here, just down at lower levels. The market has been moving higher. We see now that the 50 moving average is being tested. The trend looks cool. What Solana is concerned, or what we think with Solana in the past, had moved to higher levels even without major market news. So what we can see is just a further push in this market moving forward. Similarly to Ethereum, which is a big gainer as well, and Ethereum is just about to really break the high points here potentially. And after this recent last month, August retracement, the market might now start to appreciate somehow further, and the market motivation here with the upside is just expected to continue, right? So a push higher, correction right now, well within the trend. The trend would actually even be extremely, or remain positive, if we see another test of the 3,900, 4,000 US dollar level. It's not going to happen, at least for now, as we see the market momentum looking cool. And all that is driven by the rising momentum in altcoin markets, and just basically slightly away of the Bitcoin leading the positivity here. But with the inauguration of potential further ETFs in the altcoin sector, we see money flowing in. It's not only XRP, ETH, Ethereum, obviously kind of moving to the upside, and the aforementioned one, Solana, looking kind of quite cool for now. So it's going to be an interesting and exciting trading week moving forward. We have a ton of basic data information ahead of us. CPI from Canada, keep an eye on this one. We start the week on Tuesday with those data points. Wednesday, we got the interest rate decision in the afternoon, a quarter to 4 p.m. Central European time. Bank of Canada's interest rate decision. 8 p.m. The federal funds rate from the US. That's going to be the highlight of the month. And according to recent data points, we saw that the third and the fourth week of the month of September might give us a bit of a crack in equities. We shall see if that's going to happen as well in the US, because the 17th of September's interest rate decision is maybe a game changer we see here in markets. On Thursday, Bank of England, that's going to be interesting. Myself, I'm currently in London as well, so let's see how the exciting environment is going to move on further. Plus then Friday's Bank of Japan's interest interest rate decision. Guys, don't forget to leave your comments under the video. Please don't forget to also subscribe to our channel, and talk to you soon. Have a good day trading, and have a good trading week ahead. See you then. Take care, everyone. Ciao.